Hey, this is Awsten from Waterparks and all your other favorite bands too, and you are listening to the Rock Sound Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the all-new Rock Sound Podcast. Yes, we are back with even more interviews, even more games, and all the biggest names in the world of music. I'm your new host, James Wilson Taylor. Nice to meet you, and we have an amazing first episode planned featuring none other than our current cover star from Waterparks, the one and only Mr. Awsten Knight. Yes, Awsten is number one on this year's Rock Sound 50. We are celebrating all the most fearless figures in our world, and you can check out that issue right now over on shop.rocksound.tv. There's Awsten and there's our other three cover stars as well. There's Lights, there's Dallin Weeks from IDK How, and Tucker from 1OK Rock. There's loads of bundles up there. They all come with signed posters, limited edition art prints, and more. So go and check that out right now, shop.rocksound.tv. And in our chat with Awsten today, we'll be talking about him being at number one on the Rock Sound 50, as well as his relationship with his fans. Got some hints about new music that might be coming up, and we got a lovely quote from his friends, the Madden brothers, of course, from Good Charlotte, who are his management team. They talked about working with Awsten. Really complimentary, all very sweet. Stay tuned for that. Plus, he'll be putting together our first ever mini mixtape for us, which I'll tell you a little bit about later on. But as if that wasn't enough, we have two other sets of great guests for this first episode back. Later on, you'll be hearing from Lynn, Gunn, and MacDonald of PVRIS. They stopped by to play a brand new game with us that we're calling Translate the Lyric. It's exactly what you think it is. We've taken some PVRIS lyrics, we've put them through Google Translate, and they have to figure out what song it's from. It's incredibly difficult, but a lot of fun to play along with at home. And as if that wasn't enough, we also have the mighty Palaye Royale. We caught up with them recently when they were over in the UK to headline our stage at Slam Dunk, and we played a little interview game with them we're calling First Time Last Time. So we'll find out about the first albums they ever bought, the first gigs they ever went to, and the most recent ones too. Lots of fun to be had there. But before we get to any of that, let's kick things off, like I say, with our current cover star from Waterparks. Here he is, the one and only Mr. Awsten Knight. How are you, Awsten?
We did it. Great.
We did it. Let's celebrate. Well, let's start there, man. Congratulations. Top of the list, cover of the magazine. How do you feel, Awsten? Who do you want to thank?
I feel very good. I want to thank, there's so many people. I want to thank Amazon Prime for getting things to me on time. I just got a diffuser for essential oils.
Very nice.
I want to thank you guys for, being nice and telling me that I'm cool.
We do try, man.
I think that's it.
That's cool. That's all you need to thank, really. It's all about you, man. This is the whole thing. It's the fearless people in the rock, and it's about you, my man. Let's talk about that, because we are celebrating the most fearless people in music this year. It's exciting. I want to start musically. Let's start off soft there, because I do feel like entertainment, you guys kind of pushed the boundaries of what was expected from you a little bit. Do you feel like that's building, and how do you feel that will play into the future? What kind of direction do you think you can push yourselves into next?
Every time a new release comes out, or like new music is being made for one, it's like so many new things and experimental things are being, worked on and like tried, but still like applied to, a pop formula. Cause pop is like my number one. It's like my favorite.
Sure.
And it's like, there's so many new, unique things that by the time a release comes out and everybody hears it, I'm just like really past it. I wanted Entertainment to come out in like November. Well, it was recorded in the summer, which means it was written like starting in December, November the year before, like when Double Dare was about to come out.
Wow,
and what I mean? So everything is like backed up. Like nobody even knew we were signed, and like Royal and Gloom Boys and Plum Island and all that stuff that was already written. That was before Eat Cluster was even out, and all those were written.
Man, you're just constantly moving.
You know what I mean?
No, but that's cool, though. That's cool.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
Constantly wanting to try new stuff, I suppose. That's really exciting, though. That's what you want in a band, right?
No, it's good.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
Really
that's why I wish we could put out like if it was up to me, I would have like 3 albums out a year, at least.
We'd love it. You know, we'd absolutely love that, man.
I know.
I know. We in the future, we'll make it work.
In the future.
Yeah, talking about just kind of fearlessness. I mean, we've spoken already. It's coming out in the mag, obviously, but saying about how you are so open with your fan base, which is really, really nice and refreshing to see. Do you find you ever have to check yourself a little bit? Because I am thinking of flushing fivers down the toilet and these kind of things. Like, when are those moments? Because it's what we love about you, but when are those moments where you have to go, hang on, maybe I'll save this tweet for later, that kind of thing?
Yeah, honestly, I do have to occasionally pull back because like you give people it's weird, you let people a little bit too close and then they get too comfortable, and that's when people start overstepping. You know what I mean? It's like,
right, sure.
I can give them a bunch of details of my day, but I also don't want to tell them like my favorite restaurants where I go every day, or like which Starbucks I go to all the time, or what boxing place I go to a couple times a week. Like, you know what I mean? It's because like I like being open and being honest and everything, but at the same time, it's like if you give somebody a little too much, they run with it. Dude.
Sure. It's finding the limits, and I think people do, especially like the fans have got to know you more and more, especially over this campaign. I feel like they kind of are learning where the lines are as well a lot. They do kind of respect what's going on online. But yeah, just stop flushing money down the toilet, kids, please. That's my only thing.
I know that was a joke.
I know, man. I know. It was very funny, to be fair.
I just thought I really didn't think that was. I guess I shouldn't have assumed it was that people wouldn't do it. But
to be honest, I think even the people flushing it were very much in it for the funny side. Do you know what I mean? I think it was a joke.
I literally said flush an old fiver. Like, who says that? Like, it's and then they were doing it. Except the thing is, I also don't want to be like a bitch about it, so I had to follow through and like DM people my elbow.
Oh man.
It was a thing.
Hey, it was still funny. It really made me laugh, at least. Let's talk about this, though, because you are so open about everything. You are such an open book. Why do you think it's so important that artists do that today? Because I feel like it's almost a rare thing, but it should happen more. Why is it so important to be so open and so unafraid to kind of do whatever you want, really?
I think because if you just always, like, if everybody knows everything, then, I mean, not everything, but, if everybody knows, for this, we're just going to say if everybody knows everything, then nothing can be used against you, really. It's like, if everybody already knows everything, then it's just like you can't take a piece of information of mine and use it to, fuck with me or hurt me in some way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that.
So it's like, there's that aspect of it, and there's also the whole, like, it's just like a TV show, basically. You fall in love with a character. Like, Jim from The Office, he's one of my, like, if I saw him in real life, John Krasinski, I'd fucking saw him. You know what I mean? But I also
think me too, man, to be fair.
Know him.
Yeah,
I've watched a bunch of interviews and everything, but I don't know him. And it's kind of like a similar thing. It's like if everybody, it's just with the internet and social media, you can give people new episodes of yourself or your character or whatever, whenever you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if I watch 1 million episodes of The Office, I'm going to fucking love that guy and not know one thing about him.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's important to let people kind of fall in love with you.
Right.
And the more open and real you can be about it, the better. Or at least the easier on you, because you don't have to put up like some kind of facade, you know?
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense, man. It really, really does. And I share your love of Jim from The Office, I must admit. What a man John Krasinski is. What a lovely guy. I know, man. Shout out to him. Let's get him involved.
Honestly,
in the podcast next time.
I'd cry. Like, if I met anybody from The Office, I think I'd cry. Or at least I'd wait until they went the other way, just to make them not feel weird.
Well, that's going to be the aim now, is like you're going to be playing some festival or something, you'll just turn to side of stage, and it's going to be Michael Scott himself stood right there.
Dude, honestly, I'd puke. Like,
I think we'd all understand.
Like, I'd sit down and be like, just wait. And it'd be like 7 minutes of just like crying. And I'd be like, oh God, people would be like, what's wrong? Oh my God, nobody would know.
But everyone would appreciate
I mean?
afterwards. Everyone would understand fully.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that works so well.
Or I could pretend I was having like a deep emotional breakdown. Everybody'd be like, wow, he has so much depth.
Yeah, just fake it. It'll be fine. Just fake it. It'll be good. I was talking
I'll be
to...
like, Evan Almighty was here.
You don't understand. You didn't see
Yeah.
him. I was talking to your buddies, the Madden brothers, the other day. They were being very, very complimentary about you, which was very, very sweet. I've got a nice little quote that we'll play in here.
Awsten is a really special guy.
Yeah.
He's a really deep guy. He's he comes off and he's got a great sense of humor, and he's underneath of that, he's one of the most sincere people.
No, absolutely.
That you could ever meet. Yeah. And he's a sweet person, and when you meet a person like that, you're like, I don't want them to get eaten alive. I want that kid to make it, and I want him to I want to help him build a happy life where you turn around and you go, man, I really like my career, and I really like this thing that I do, and it's hard sometimes, but man, I get to enjoy it. That's our goal.
That's very sweet, isn't it? What a lovely thing for him to say.
Dude, they're the best. They're the best people. Like, my God, I know, like, I worked really hard and everything, like, over, like, years and years and years, but I still feel like I don't deserve them. They're so nice.
Man, I was going to say, like, the impact, they again, I think, have encouraged you to be yourself as much as possible as well, which sounds like a really nice thing.
Yeah.
They feel like, what's the relationship like with them these days? How in-depth do you go with them in terms of their guidance?
Oh, dude, just as much. Like, there's really almost every day I'll be like, hey, what about this and this? Or can we do this? Or should we do this? Or should I do this? Like, outside the band. And, their guidance and everything is just, it's 100% necessary. Like, it's a requirement.
Well, they were saying as well, like, what they love is, like, they've been there, and they love it with managing any of their acts, is the fact that they can pass on information, and even in places where they've maybe gone wrong in the past, they love being able to be like, look, we learned from this situation, let me guide you. That's got to be amazing to have on your side, right?
Oh, it really is, yeah, because, like, there have been things where they're like, I wish we didn't do that, or, this wasn't the best move for us, because people maybe didn't have their best interest, in mind.
Sure.
And the thing is, like, they can take that and turn it around and be like just such a positive thing to be like, we're never going to do this or this or this, or, do something just for money. Like, it has to be right every time, and they get that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, the Maddens have never been what's the right way to put it? Like, I've got friends in bands whose managers just nickel and dime the shit out of them and make them do any kind of, opportunity or whatever to make money of any kind, even if it's not the right look or good in the long run. And it's like, they would never do that. You know what I mean?
It's so nice to hear. They seem like really passionate about what they're doing with guiding you guys. It was really, really lovely chatting to them about that, I gotta say. Really nice to hear.
They're honestly the fucking best.
That's so cool, man. That's so cool. Well, we're talking about you being fearless. I've got to ask the obvious question. What does scare you, Awsten? And you can take that question any way you would like.
What scares me? Okay. Failure.
Okay.
That's scary. Because then it's like, oh, these people put all their faith in me and all their trust in me and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, they bet on me, and then I failed them. You know what I mean? Because then it's like, shit, my whole thing is over. And, like, they lost too. You know what? It's like a team kind of thing. I feel like if I was just in it myself and I was my own manager, blah blah blah, like, it would still be like an impossible amount of pressure to, like, not fuck up. But at least I wouldn't be letting other people down.
Sure, but
like, if things went.
Yeah, but what's quite nice about that is it doesn't seem to have stopped you trying new things, I guess. So how do you kind of combat that, I suppose? Oh,
because if you sit in the same spot, you're going to fucking die. It's like a video game. You know what I mean? You can't just, like, sit there. You have to keep moving forward, because if you keep doing the same thing, whatever's comfortable or, like, whatever people have come to expect from you, like, I mean, I'm not going to give specifics, but if, somebody comes out and makes the same pop punk album, 6 times, like, they're not going to get new shit. They're literally just going to, like, at best, they'll maintain a fan base. You know what I mean? And it's like, there's nothing cool or, like, even fun about that. Like, that would be such a bummer. And I don't know. It's like, I don't, like, it sounds weird, or it sounds dumb, but, like, it's I feel so far like removed from that mentality that it's almost hard to fathom why somebody would want to, I don't know, not do different things every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like how do you just limit yourself like that? That sounds like depressing and like exhausting.
No, that's good. No, that's a good attitude to have, man. Keep things moving. And it's very current. I think that's why it's so exciting that we've done the Rock Sound 50 about people being fearless, because it does feel like you're at the forefront of that, but just people trying new stuff. It's what keeps things exciting, man. Really, really is interesting to see. No, it's cool, man. One last question I have for you. What do you think your famous counterpart, Felony Steve, would make of the fact that you are number one on the Rock Sound 50?
Oh, he would expect it, and he would already know because he's a demon and he knows everything.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Man. Awsten Knight there. What fun he is. Always welcome on the show, and he'll be back later on at the end of the episode to put together a very special mini mixtape, picking his own music choices that will be in a playlist available for you to listen to on Spotify for the next week, so stay tuned for that. Plus, as we've said, he is on the cover of Rock Sound this month alongside Lights, Dallin Weeks from IDK How, and Taka from 1OK Rock. Awsten is number one on the Rock Sound 50 list. Go and pick up bundles including signed posters and limited edition art prints and loads more over on the website. That's shop.rocksound.tv. Right. Time for our next guest. Yes, it is Lynn and Brian from Paris. They stopped by recently to play a brand new game we're calling Translate the Lyric. I'll explain again. We took some Paris lyrics, we put them through Google Translate. They've got to translate them back. It's quite difficult. You know, they got on pretty well, though, I think. See what you think anyway. Listen in now and play along at home. This is From Paris, Lynn Gunn and Brian MacDonald. How are you guys?
Good.
What's up?
Good to see you, good to see you. So, we're going to play a little game we've been playing with lots of bands called Translate the Lyric. Rules are very simple. I have put some of your famous lyrics through Google Translate. You're going to read them in a variety of foreign languages and try and figure out which song these lyrics are from.
Okay.
Are you ready for
butcher
this?
I thought you wanted us to translate it, and I was like, you're not going to get anything.
That would have been like,
nothing.
you know what,
There's
for the
nothing up
next
there.
season, maybe, just to really
Does the
mess with
flashcards
bands. It's
here,
like,
you do
now
this
say
with-
that in French, go. Now we're really well. All right, so this is the first one.
Same
This,
only
I'm going to
song.
give you a card. This is a French one.
Okay.
So, that is a lyric of yours in French. Please feel free to read it out and figure out what it is. Any ideas?
Vos F2.
Vous avez commencé un fou.
Un fou.
What do we think, guys? Any
Wow.
ideas? I can give you a clue. I think the last word might be of particular use.
Is it you started a fire?
We have 1 for 1. Very well done,
Is that
Lynn.
it?
It is you
Wow.
started a fire. That's
Commence,
good.
Begin. Fue. I'm gonna say it's fire.
It is indeed. Very well
That's
done.
really all I have.
That's the way. That's good. But it's right.
Start
So
fire,
there we
start.
go. That's the way you work out.
Good.
See, it's not going to be that hard a game. It's
Very
all good.
good.
All right.
No, it'll
I'm
be
going to give you
hard.
the next one. This is Italian this time. How's your Italian, guys?
Brian's good.
Tu mangi la mela. That means you have the apple.
Is that the only phrase you got?
That's
You got
all I
a lot
got.
more I love that.
Duolingo. I was trying to learn Italian, and it's very difficult.
I like that
And
that's the phrase
That's
that they
the
threw
one
you
that's
there.
stuck in my head for.
You know the situations
forever.
where you need to work out who's got the apple?
Yeah,
That kind of thing.
that's what I said. It's like you never
the apple.
know.
Yeah.
All right, well,
yeah.
here it is. Do you want to have a go at reading that? Since, come on, Brian, you've got the Italian down pat.
Hai portato via
Via
il mio paradiso.
Very good, very good. Right, what do we think that could possibly be?
Paradise. Heaven. Something with that.
I think you might be on the right lines there.
There's
What do you think?
There's a lot of lines with heaven in it.
A clue, it might be the famous one.
You took my heaven away?
Well done, we got 2 for 2. There we go.
Yeah.
Good Italian work, guys. Good Italian work. All right, we're going to up the ante now. We're going to go with German, ladies and gentlemen. Right.
danke.
How are we? How are we with
Dankeschön.
German?
Okay.
Okay.
Es tut mir leid. It should have gone. That's all I got.
And you've got. I love that you've got like the tiny little phrases.
Yeah,
like, that's
there's
so
a lot
good.
of that.
Right. Do you want to have a go reading that? Let's try it out.
Oh, this is
Mein
easy.
Hass und ich.
Denka.
Denke.
Denka. I
Oh,
think that
danke. Yeah.
Danke.
Is it?
is. Es ist
It's my house, and I think it's time to get out.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
We've gone 3 for 3. This is
It's mein house.
It's mein Haus.
Right, next time
It's
we play
mein
Germany, can we please have It's Mine House? That'd be amazing. I got one more for you. How's your Spanish, guys? How's your Spanish?
I took 4 years of it and I retained nothing. So.
Yes. I only took 3, but my second year of Spanish, I did really well the first year. My second year of Spanish, my Spanish teacher spoke Spanish the entire class. Because she was like, if you're going to learn, I'm going to talk to you guys in Spanish the whole class. And she would only really speak in English to, like, tell us our assignments and stuff.
Right.
Literally all of us in our class were like, learned nothing. I don't,
What was your final grades in
remember
Spanish?
anything.
Do we remember? How'd you get on?
So I will admit this on camera. I cheated on one of my finals. This was actually it's a funny story. So a dear friend of mine, he's from Madrid,
Right.
and he was in the classroom right next to me, and I sent him a picture of my final, and he just gave me the answers, and I was sitting in front of my teacher.
That's amazing.
So, but I tried. I really did try. But
That's
I was just like,
amazing.
okay, this is too difficult.
I mean,
You know what? I actually had somebody help me on my Spanish final too.
What is happening?
I don't know if it was a final, but we have a friend from Mexico. His name's Junko.
Right.
And I remember texting him like my Spanish homework and be like, can you help me with this, but make it seem a little bad? And he was like, I don't know, I can't help you.
I like that. Don't make it seem too good.
Yeah.
100%.
I was like, don't make it perfect.
Let's get a B out of this. Come on, let's get a B. All right, well, here's
Bad
the Spanish
students.
one. Have a go. This is the last one. Let's see what we got. Dun, dun, dun. Solo soy un cuerpo, I believe that is.
Yeah.
Que
Que
solías
solías
conocer.
conocer.
I think if you-
Conocer is,
Ooh. What is conocer? What is conocer? Do we know?
Do you know it?
Dun, dun, dun. If you can get the word cuerpo, if I think it's what it is, then I think we might be onto something.
I remember. Oh, I just don't
This is the
remember what it
toughest
is.
one. This is the toughest one. I'll give you that. I believe, if I'm reading this correctly, I believe.
I know K is what. Correct. Que,
Well,
like,
it's
que
well, it's
pasa.
Google Translate, so it's always going to sound slightly different, isn't it?
Yeah.
The word "what" ain't in there. I'll tell you that much. The word "body" is in there. Does that help you?
Solías is soul. Bodies and souls collide.
It could be from same soul. That is
Oh,
correct.
shit.
I'm just a body that you used to know is what I've got. Yeah, there we
Damn,
go.
I thought I had
I
it
tell you
figured
what,
out.
though, like that's a solid effort that you got the first three. Like most people do not get that far. That's true. Although that is the only one you'd studied at school. So there we go. It proves that we didn't believe you cheated in this exam before. We've
We
now
didn't
done
cheat.
it.
We
Oh
didn't
man. What are you gonna do? Plus, I want to hear "Mein Haus" when you go to Germany. That'd
It's
be amazing.
mein Haus.
It's "Mein Haus." Done.
C'est ma maison is my house in French.
My God, can you just change that one line around Europe? That'd be great.
Say, mommy is on.
Yeah, it's gonna
I
work really
think it's
nicely.
time.
Not a bad effort at all, Brian and Lynn. Lovely to see you. Thank you very much.
Lovely to see you.
Cheers. Lynn and Brian from Paris there. Always great to see them. And if you want to check out our full interview with those guys, head over to the YouTube channel now, youtube.com/Rock Sound Magazine, to hear us talk with them about all their ideas for album number 3 from Paris. Right, still to come, Awsten Knight will be back to put together the Mini Mixtape. But before that, it's time to catch up with our friends in Palaye Royale. Yes, Sebastian, Remington and Emerson were over in the UK to headline our stage at Slam Dunk Festival recently. So we thought it was a great time to catch up with them and play a brand new game we're calling First Time, Last Time. Very, very simple. I throw out a topic, they tell me about the first time they did that thing and the most recent time they did that thing. So be prepared to be shocked when you find out what their first albums were and their first gigs. It's not quite what I expected, but I still respect the choices, I must say. So anyway, here once again, let's catch up with our friends in Palaye Royale. Palaye Royale, how are you boys?
We're doing fantastic.
Good stuff. Glad to hear it. So there's a little game we've been playing with everyone on the podcast recently. It's called First Time, Last Time. Very, very simple. I put out a situation. You tell me the first time that happened and the last time or the most recent time that it also happened. So let's start easy with a music one. The first album you ever bought and the most recent album you bought.
Ooh, okay. First album I ever bought. Technically, my mom bought it for me, but it was a Hanson album.
Oh, yeah. Little compilation, little pop compilation.
Rock My World.
Nice.
Rock My World. And then most recent album I bought, I think probably Little Peep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good record. Very
Yeah.
good.
Fucking awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Go.
My first album, I think, bought by myself. I remember going to Best Buy and I remember buying that Linkin Park album, the Meteor record.
Oh, I remember. I listened to that with you.
I remember. Yeah.
You're like, you can't listen to it. This is my CD. And then I like
that was like
to the door.
my mom had all the cool music, and we never wanted to say like, oh, your music's cool, but of course all our influences of the records my mom had.
Yeah, sure.
So I was like, oh, this is cool. But the last one I bought was the new Arctic Monkeys record.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's phenomenal.
It's cool,
I think it's
right?
so cool. The pianos and no guitars for a record. It's like
There's like barely any drums on it, right?
Yeah, he recorded everything by himself and told the band basically to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically
Pretty
what
much.
happened.
It's got a whole vibe to it.
First album that like changed my life was Jet, Get Born.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that kind of like the reason I drum is because
There we
that
go.
guy. And fun fact, I want to say it so bad. Okay.
Say it,
And then I don't buy music really, so.
What's the last one you kind of streamed or edited? You picked up any records recently?
Classical record in Paris.
Yeah, oh, I mean, I love Edith Piaf.
Caretaker.
Caretaker, you bought that record, right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there was this this guy named The Caretaker. He goes under that name, and he uses samples from the 1920s, like opera songs and stuff, and then he puts it into his own format.
Wow.
I really like music like that. Modern bands I'm not really too into.
Oh, fair play. That's interesting choices, though. That's very, very cool. All right, let's do first gig, most recent gig, and not your own.
Okay.
First gig was
Probably Palaye Royale. No. First gig I ever went to. God, I'm gonna sound like the biggest fucking Hanson nerd. Was Hanson? I promise.
Yes.
I wasn't like that. I mean, fuck. I loved Hanson.
There's no shame in
No,
that.
no shame.
Yeah, that's
Most
it. Bring
recent-
it out for the gig later. Yeah,
Most
yeah.
recent show I've been to is the Pixies. That was the fucking best show I've ever been to.
Man.
Because I never saw the Pixies before, and I'm like, our friends in Eagles of Death Metal were playing. They'll come out, and I was like, yeah, I'm like, the last thing I kind of want to do, like when I'm on like off tour is like go see a show, but I'm like, I fucking love the Pixies.
Yeah.
My mind was blown. It was the fucking greatest concert.
They're so good live. They're really fun live, man. Awesome.
we all saw Hanson. That was our first visit, being brothers.
Nice.
But the first real concert that I was like, oh my god, it was our mom brought us to the Black Crowes.
Oh wow.
And that was like when you watched how good and cool they were, you're just like, you can do this.
Yeah.
And they're not crazy on stage, but just how they are as musicians is
They're
just
really tight as a band, aren't they? Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
And then last show I went to, I believe was Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds in the Greek.
Cool.
I think that was the last one. It was that one or Richard Ashcroft.
Nice.
So,
God, such a good mix this, right? Okay.
Yeah, the first one, I think it was the Black Crowes, like
Right.
really like changed my life. That was like the concert I went to. That was like a big eye opener of
Yeah.
like what you can do with music, which was really cool. I think the most exciting recent concert I've been to. I don't really go to concerts unless it's kind of my own. But we were on tour with Stone Sour. Corey Taylor brought us out. And
that was a fucking great concert.
seeing Stone Sour is like they're a fantastic band.
Yeah, they're amazing,
But there was this opening band called 68. It's just a two-piece. They're like one of the greatest fucking bands I've ever seen in my
it's
life.
like the White Stripes, but like
Just without a chorus.
Give them a bunch of speed and be like, go for it.
It's like falling down a stairs musically. It's fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is the greatest description of a band. I love that. That's really cool. Boys, it's always great to see you, Palaye Royale. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Palaye Royale there, and if you want to see our full interview with the boys talking about new music, yes, Boom Boom Room Side B is on the way. Head over to the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Rock Sound Magazine to get all the information. Now, time once again to rejoin Awsten Knight. Like I've said, he's on the front cover of the magazine this month, #1 on our Rock Sound 50 list, and you can go and pick up his cover as well as the other covers featuring Lights, featuring Dallin Weeks from IDK How, and Taka from 1OK Rock, and all the bundles with signed posters and limited edition art prints, go onto the website. It's shop.rocksound.tv. Now, though, Awsten is going to be putting together a mini mixtape for us. The way it works is I throw out some topics. He's going to pick a few key songs, and you can go and listen to it right now over on our Spotify page. Search for Rock Sound on Spotify and click subscribe to the Mini Mixtape playlist. That'll be changing every single week as all our guests pick out their fave songs for you to listen to. So, let's find out which ones he picked, shall we? Here with this week's Mini Mixtape from Waterparks, Mr. Awsten Knight. We want to wrap things up. This is a thing we've been doing, we're going to start doing now on the podcast called the Mini Mixtape, all right? So this is how it works. I'm going to throw out a scenario, and I want you to pick a song that fits that scenario. It can be top of your head, and then we're going to put them into a mini playlist that people can listen to on Spotify this week, all right? Sound good?
Yes. All right, yeah. I'm pulling up my music right now so I can, have options in my head. Go
nice. Get the choice in your head. All right, let's start with, I guess, a relatively easy one. What is your go-to choice for a karaoke song?
Fun fact, I've never done karaoke, but let me see.
Really? I would have thought you'd be a karaoke fan. I don't know why, but that...
Honestly, I'm pretty shy about singing unless it's at a show.
Oh, fair play. Oh, fair enough. Okay, well, if you had to do it, then let's pick one.
My phone. Okay, you know what I would do? Or, no, not that, because I want to cover that eventually. Hang on. Let me pick another.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry. I'm scrolling through. I gotta give you the right answer.
That's all right, man. I appreciate the dedication. This is good. You can pick classic, you can pick recent, whatever you would like to go for, man.
I know. That's why it's tough. I'm scrolling through, and it's there's so much that I could do.
It's big tunes.
Yeah. How about wonder if this could be good. Oh, no. It's just... it'd be really fun.
Go on.
Wait, now I gotta pick one from the album. Hang on. I got the album that I'm gonna choose from.
This is good. No, this is good. I like that you've taken this seriously. That's really, really good start, man.
Yo, okay, Marry You by Bruno Mars. It's the fucking cutest, and it'd be so fun.
Man, now you've said that, I really want to hear the Parks version of that song, dude. You've got to do that at some point.
That would be amazing. Yes, I'm down.
That is such a good tune. All right, we're going with that one. Bruno Mars, Marry You for the karaoke one. Next up, let's pick a song to play at a summer barbecue. It's summer weather right now. You got the grill going. What are you putting on in the background?
It depends if my parents are there, because I'm I always feel weird when my dad gets in the car. I don't want to play music because I'm shit, he's gonna hate this. So is my dad at the barbecue or is he not?
Let's say that your dad isn't at this particular barbecue.
Ooh, you know what's a good song that'd be fun at a barbecue?
Go on.
I know it's 10 years old actually, but Whatever You Like by T.I.
Man, that is a throwback right there, but that is a tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling through my phone and I'm yeah, that would work.
Yeah, I see that. All right, that's a solid choice, man. That's a solid choice. All right, what's the song that would get you straight on the dance floor? Dance floor filler we're looking for here.
Hella Good by No Doubt.
Yes. Perhaps the greatest bass line of all time. That's amazing.
Feel Good Inc. is up there, dude. I don't know.
All right, we could. Oh, that is fair, actually. Man, God.
You know what, as far as bass lines go, but yeah, Hella Good's still my dance choice.
All right, we'll go with Hella Good. That's a good one. All right, this next question's got you written all over it because we've had a chat about this kind of stuff before. Your boy band anthem. You can have one boy band anthem. What are you going for?
Oh, that's so hard.
I know, man. I know. Because what are we doing? Are we going late 90s? Are we going 1D? What era? You can only pick one era, man.
I know. I could even choose Waterparks. God save it.
What's your gut telling you, man? What's your gut telling you? If I say boy band,
it's telling me to go to One Direction.
I figured it might. I figured it might. So where are we going?
Boy band anthem. Because the thing is, there's a lot of really good deep cuts, but the anthem one has to be the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'm just gonna go with best song ever, One Direction. Just it's such a big boy band song, and then also it's got one of my top 10 favorite ad libs, which is "Got a dirty mouth."
Yeah, that is a spectacular, iconic moment. I will give you that 100%. I mean, I do like my deep
Or like
cuts.
also when like another top 10 ad lib for me is when Justin Bieber during "What Do You Mean?" I know it's not a boy band thing technically, but like one of my favorite ad libs. He goes, "It's like, what do you mean?" He goes, "Can you be more straightforward?" Like he's like, "Can you be more straightforward?" It's so funny.
That is an incredible ad lib.
So I love that. But number one is Little Things, Good Charlotte. Those are the fucking best ad libs.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Like, what is Good Charlotte? Yeah, come on. I'm like, fucking hell, dude. You guys are like, it's like an ad lib every like half second.
Man, I need to do a separate
That's number
playlist
one.
just of ad libs. We'll have to get you back another time for an ad lib playlist. We're gonna have to do that, man.
I promise I could do it.
I mean, that's bangers all so far. We're already killing it. That's amazing. All right, next one on this playlist. What's the song you'd play at the gym? What gets you motivated when you're working out?
Gym music. Okay, let me look. Honestly, I just kind of listen to like demos if they existed hypothetically and make notes.
I like that. Listening to your own music in the gym. That's good.
No, it is. Yeah. Let's see. I'm looking for like a specific one.
Sure.
A lot of times, what I'll do, and I know this is dumb, but like when I find a song I like, I'll just play it on loop until I'm like sick of it.
You know what? I've done that. I think we all do that. What
I
you play?
do that at the gym.
Yeah, I feel like we've all been playing the 1975 on a loop for the past week. That's been a big one. So,
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, big tune.
Okay. Oh, actually, you know what's my favorite song to run to? We'll use this.
Okay, go for it.
Hang on. That counts. It happens at the gym. She's my. I'm always so afraid I'm going to say it wrong. Winona, the Fall Out Boy song. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's a classic.
Yeah, I love running to that. It's such a good running beat.
That has a really good running beat, actually.
Right?
Yeah. She's my Winona. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, good.
I mean, that's how I've always pronounced it. So if it's wrong, we're both wrong.
I've never said the title out loud because I don't know for sure. So
I think we'll go with that. Yeah, I think that's acceptable, man. I think we'll go with that. All right, I've got one more for you. Last one. If you were going to have the movie of your life, all right, this is the Awsten Knight story. It's being brought to screen. Not a song of yours. Oh, I suppose it could be. But I want a song for the closing credits. All right, it's the final scene. It goes to blackout. Closing credits kick in. And what song is kicking in that's going to sum up the Awsten Knight story on screen?
Oh, my God.
I know, that's the hardest one, man.
Here, I'm scrolling. Dang, so it goes to credits. So wait, do I die at the end if it's like my life story or whatever?
Up to you, man. I don't know. You could, if you want to do the full life story, I suppose you die at the end. Not all of them do, I suppose. It could be. You know.
Actually, I already have the song I want to die to. Hang on. Let me make sure.
All right, we could use that.
No, I got the song that I'm going to die to. It's this is tough. Hang on. There's a couple from this album that I'd be like cool with. Okay, they're both on Plans. You know, the Death Cab album.
Oh yeah.
Either Marching Bands of Manhattan or What Sarah Said.
Wow, we'll put them both on this playlist. How about that? We can have a
grand old. Yeah, because I can't choose, but one of those.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We'll have a grand old Death Cab finish. I appreciate that, man. That's a hell of a mini mixtape. Thank you, mate. We're going to put that on Spotify. Go check it out. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Awsten, man, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Congratulations again, #1 on the Rock Sound 50. It's always lovely to have you. Really appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much. This is tight.
Bruno Mars, Fall Out Boy, One Direction, and 2 tracks from Death Cab for Cutie. The only man who would put together a playlist quite like that is, of course, Awsten Knight. And like I say, go and check that out. It's on our Spotify page right now. Just click on the playlist Mini Mixtape on the Rock Sound Spotify page. That's about it for this week, guys. Don't forget to go and check out the magazine shop.rocksound.tv and get all those bundles with signed posters and limited edition art prints from our figures in the Rock Sound 50 this year. Awsten Knight, Lights, Tucker from 1OK Rock, and Dallin Weeks of IDK How. Check those out right now. We will be back with a new podcast next week. We're going to be back every single Friday, so go and click subscribe over on iTunes, over on SoundCloud, over on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. I have been your host, James Wilson Taylor. We will see you next week.